This is our third official episode.
Yeah. Happened very quickly.
Yeah, we're doing well. I don't like my lipstick on this. It's too bright.
It is. But is that not your normal lipstick?
No.
Oh, okay.
I suppose I should change it.
It's too late now. We've let the cat out of the bag. You're not leaving me on my own again to change your lipstick. No way.
Okay, alright. You can tell everyone where you can find us.
Oh, yeah, okay. So, so we're Olann, obviously. So that's olann.ie. And that's where you find the magazine. And you'll also find, the blog post, actually. So up the top and the tabs, you'll find the blog posts. And we have all kinds of good blog posts. And I don't know if maybe you mightn't see them all. So I just wanted to let you know that that's where they are.
Why do they need to find them? What's happening?
Oh,
there's a public photo.
Oh, you're right. Duh. So our fabulous blog made it to. I have to stop moving my hands. Our fabulous blog made it to the shortlist of the Littlewoods Ireland Blog Award, or Ireland Blog Awards. We were really, really chuffed. So I think you can. On Twitter, on Facebook and on Instagram, we've put up the link where you can vote for us. And the public vote is up until next Tuesday, midnight next Tuesday. It accounts for 20%. So that's like a hefty, it's not a massive chunk, but it's still worth getting all the votes we can get, because it would be really cool if we did manage to win and beat
me.
All the other ones. All the other shortlisters.
In some strange twist of Game of Thrones, really kind of like battle to the end, I got through as well. so my blog got through as well. So that's great. So I'm encouraging everyone to vote for the magazine. I shouldn't have done that. That's really silly. But it's great.
Oh yeah, thumbs up.
It means we're doing something right, so that's good.
Very good. And sometimes we share some of your posts on the Olann blog. So it's all I was gonna say, what's that word?
It's a bit incestuous.
Yeah, that's the word.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking. It is a little bit, but that's okay. So vote if you do get a chance. It would be brilliant to vote. So make sure you vote before midnight on Tuesday.
When I put the link under
I'll
put the link under the blog post as well. So under the podcast even, so that it's Saturday. It's quite early.
It is quite early.
Yeah, sorry. Yeah.
I think we're going to be always tired in these podcasts. Anyway, so you can find us obviously on Facebook /Olann, Twitter @Olann, and Instagram is Olann Magazine. We're also on Pinterest as Olann Magazine, but we need to kind of sort that out. It's not great.
Yeah.
We need to put up all the different issues and stuff. So we'll get our beep together there and get it sorted.
And we're on Ravelry.
Oh yeah, Ravelry.
Which is where you'll find the show notes. So we'll put the show notes up on Ravelry as well, and we'll link to everything that we mentioned. So
cool.
I think that's the housekeeping. That's what people call it, isn't it? The housekeeping? Seems a bit weird, but yeah, it's the housekeeping. Yeah. Okay. So I suppose we should launch straight in. And our last episode we spoke about the oh God, I've gone blank. The shawl, Carmen.
The Libran Shawl.
No, we didn't.
Oh no,
Libran Shawl.
the Annan.
Right. This is not going well. Please bear with us. So we spoke about the Annan shawl, and this time we thought we'd talk about the other two patterns that featured in the magazine, which is the Libran Shawl by Siún Carden. Is that how I say it? Siún? Yeah. And then I can't say that word.
The Cluthar Tae by Teresa McCormac.
There we go. Yeah. See, I could say Teresa McCormac. Yay. So we'll start with the Libran Shawl, will we?
Yeah. Cool.
Okay. So hopefully you've all seen it. It's a beautiful design, I have to be honest and say. Will I give you the green? And I will take the pink. Or did you want the pink?
Pink. Yeah, no, you can do the pink because you did the dyeing and
Okay.
It's your baby.
All right. Okay, so when we spoke to Siún about the design, she was really great actually. She gave us a really, really good breakdown of what the design would be, and we spoke about the possibility of using hand-spun yarn to make the shawl up because it was our green issue. We were trying really hard to source vendors that sell their own hand-spun yarn, which actually, when we looked at it a few months ago, there were loads. And then when we came back, a lot of people had decided they weren't going to be selling their hand spun, or maybe they were taking a break. So it kind of ended up that we didn't have as many hand spinners featured in our yarn review, but there's plenty of time for us to fix that, that's fine. Siún is also a spinner, and she suggested that she would spin her own yarn and then knit her own design. So her own yarn is this beautiful, I mean, it's absolutely gorgeous. It's a mild green. She dyed it with some acid dyes as well, and we included all of the information about the yarn in the pattern in the magazine. And it's lovely, isn't it? It's quite a dense. It's quite a dense shawlette. It is more like a shawlette. It's more like a scarf. Siún did include the instructions to make it longer and a little wider. It's quite a narrow triangle.
Yeah, it is actually.
It's called the Libran because it's a perfectly balanced triangle.
Okay.
So it's Libra, the scales. So it's perfectly balanced. So because that's such a very it's almost quite a dark heathery green colour. We thought it would be lovely to do a nice contrast. So we kind of shopped around a little bit, and I had this idea in my head of this particular pink, even though I don't do pink, I'm not sure what's going on.
I've infected you.
I think so. And I just couldn't I couldn't find anything, I couldn't find the right texture. I knew I wanted it to be like a proper woolly wool. I hope that makes sense. I'm sure that makes sense, yeah. So we actually had some of the Studio Donegal soft Donegal. We'd used it for the Drumbeg Shrug in our first issue by
Kristen
Tendike, yeah. And it's a really nice yarn, and I've actually knitted with it since. I've knitted a couple of hats for Do, and I really like it. I think it's quite an underrated yarn at present. Probably more tourists look at it than maybe knitters. That's maybe homegrown knitters. That's not completely fair when I say that, but maybe the idea of knitting with an Irish yarn is still harking back to the kind of more itchy, scratchy, traditional Studio Donegal, which their bread and butter yarn is a bit more itchy and a bit more scratchy. But the Studio Donegal soft is this. It is what it says. It's soft. Now it's not 100% Irish because it's got merino in it, and obviously we don't really have merino sheep here.
Okay.
But it's lovely and soft, and this is the Borneen shade, and we had some of this. So I was like, oh, green, ethical, eco, why not dye it? So I had a bit of a play with some madder root powder, and I came up with this after a couple of attempts, I'm not going to lie. Because I didn't want it to be too bright, so I just did tentatively dyed it. So I came up with this beautiful kind of vintage pink colour, and that's the colour that we used for this version. I have to check because I have a pin in mine so that I know which was the front and the back.
I think that must be the...
Oh, maybe I took it off. I took it off. Yeah, see, I was prepared. Excuse me. There we go. So I'm gonna cover us both up, so you can see it's actually a lot lighter. You can see by the way it's draping.
Here we go. I can't even my voice is actually going. It's not good really in a podcast, but
so
you can see the cables a lot. Obviously a lot better in
this.
this.
Because it's lighter.
Yeah.
And you can actually see the row of eyelets.
Oh yeah.
Which they're a great design feature, but they also give it a bit more flexibility and drape. They're in Siún's one as well, but I think in the lighter colour you can see it probably a little bit clearer.
Yeah, that's true. The colour is just fab.
Yeah, I'm really happy with how the colour turned out, I have to say. And you can still see, because the Studio Donegal has little neps in it, I don't think you can see. Oh, you can a little bit, yeah. So you can still see them in the shawl.
Oh, that's true, actually.
Yeah.
A little bit of character.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, there's a few. That's really cool.
Let's see if you can see them. I don't know. Can you see them?
You can see a little bit.
Yeah. So, and I have to say, it is a really well thought out design. We did a blog post. It was actually on my blog originally because I always talk about what I knit for the magazine and try and go a bit more in depth. And then we shared it on our blog, on the Olann blog. And it just talks a little bit more about how I got the colour that we got in the end, the vintage pink, and about the design, and looks a little bit more in detail about the structure of the design and the clever use of the cables. So maybe pop over and have a look if you like the design. It's definitely been a popular design, hasn't
Oh my
it,
god,
without a doubt.
it's been the most popular design I think we've done in the whole, since we've been doing the magazine.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah, thanks, Siún.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Great, brilliant.
We're a little bit envious. Siún moved to Shetland recently.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, and she's obviously going to be able to go to Shetland all week.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's not fair.
No.
Not fair.
No. Also, so the third pattern that we did in the current issue was a tea cozy, and it's called the Cluthar Tae, which is the Irish word for tea cozy, and it was patterned by Teresa McCormac, and it's full of cabley goodness. So there's the main cable going up here, and then we have a little bit of I made this one, so this wasn't a cable stitch as such. I think it was called a wrap. I can't remember the actual terminology, but it's really kind of it looks more complicated than it is.
I can't think what this is, but I will write it down. I know the name, and I just can't think what it is.
It's
they all have different names.
Yeah. So this main central kind of double cable as such. Then we have a cable on either side, and then this little wrap stitch, and then all of these bobbles. Like at first glance, I wasn't a big fan of them, but actually, I think they look really cool on the top.
They do.
And I actually really enjoyed making them.
Yeah.
I know that sounds a bit idiotic. I was like, I need to put bobbles on everything. But actually, it was really it was really fun construction. Like I've never done cables, and I've never done the wrap stitch, and I've never done bobbles, and so I was thinking this is a little bit of a baptism of fire, but actually it was a really enjoyable knit. I really liked it, and there's lots to challenge you, but yet it's a small piece, so you're not kind of under pressure, and so you can just put it together. And I made it in this. This is Kerry.
They're both Kerry Woolen.
Are they both Kerry Woolen? Mm-hmm. And then it was just fun to find a little cute button to pop on the top, like the little duffel button here, and then a little cute heart button.
This is the Bornine, and this is the Light Jacob, isn't it?
Yes. Yeah. So yeah, I think it was a really fun knit, and it's nice and traditional without being too twee, I think.
Yeah.
And I think it looks good with kind of modern funky colours of a teapot, because it has that kind of contrast as well. So
you have a green teapot, don't you?
Yeah,
and it looked really nice on the green
looks really cool
teapot.
with the green and the grey. So it kind of it's just nice to do that kind of juxtaposition of styles. So it looked really well. So yeah, I'd say that's a nice little gift as well.
I'm really
impressed that I said
I'm really impressed
this early in the morning.
I'd have to take my teeth out and put them back in.
Oh god, yeah. I was starting it going, what am I doing? But yeah, I got through. So that's all three patterns that we had in the last issue, and we really loved. I think we were not that we weren't happy with any of the other issues, but we really enjoyed doing the last issue, and I think the three patterns and three designs were good, and they fit so well in with our themes. So I think we were really happy with that.
I think, like we said before, the eco side of it really kind of got your brain ticking over, and so many of the things that we do or have done without even realising it are eco-friendly. They are upcycling. They are,
True.
So I know it's got trendy, but I think a lot of people do it anyway without even realising.
Yeah, that's true. I think
so. No, and I definitely we could almost make the whole magazine eco. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah,
so and it's great. I think there's definitely more of an emphasis on people using sustainable materials and stuff nowadays.
Yeah.
So it's great. And to be fair, like, don't even get me on my soapbox about buying Irish and buying things from home. It's a massive. We had a lady contact us for some help on a survey, didn't we, recently?
Oh yeah, that was interesting.
And that was like, get me off my soapbox.
But it's good that people are talking about it though, and I think obviously we're kind of looking to England, and there's a lot of movement there in terms of the British wool industry, and it's good that we are having the conversation, whether it's on our magazine or elsewhere. There was a good article in the I think it was the Saturday Independent magazine. There was a big article about Irish textiles and wool and all of that. And actually, I don't have the hard copy, but I was looking at the soft copy. But it was a really good feature on the Irish textile industry specifically. You know, homegrown materials and wool and all of that. So it would be worth a read actually.
Yeah.
I got in touch with the lady who wrote it, and I might just try and talk to her a little bit more.
That would be great.
Yeah. But anyway, we diverted a bit
Off of our
there.
soapbox.
Yeah.
So we'll move straight
yeah.
into the next one,
Oh, yeah.
I suppose. Yeah. So our next segment this time is our ta-da! I feel like we should have curtains and a drum roll.
Drum roll.
Yeah. So do you want to start with yours?
Okay. So in the last issue, I had just started my the hat that I'm making for my husband, the regular guy beanie, and you might remember I was using some of the naturally dyed yarn that I did on the natural dyeing workshop that we had up in Laura's place during the summer. So I used the madder root. Again, I was using the soft Donegal, so you can see that came out a lot more orange than Laura's one, which you did there, was a lot pinker, and then the yellow then was the weld. And I'm using then the leftover that I had from the Kerry Woolen Mills grey. What did you call it? Like Jacob. And so yeah, it turned out really, really well. I love the stripes, just make it pop. And my husband is really happy with it, and it fits perfectly on his head. Yes, which is great in a hat.
Helpful.
Yeah, and it was a nice speedy knit, and it's just a regular guy beanie.
Cool.
Yeah.
And then my ta-da is my Rose City rollers. Is that how you? Yeah, kind of blaring out a bit, aren't they? I don't know if they will be when we load up. So now they're not for me, as I said. They're for Dina. And I was a little bit worried because I have really small feet. I have size 3 feet, and I only knit myself a 60 stitch sock.
Okay.
So I assumed Dina's tiny. Dina's really tiny.
Yeah.
But she's got bigger feet than me. She has a size 5, and I assumed that because she's so tiny, her feet would be quite narrow because they look narrow, and mine look short and square and fat. But obviously they're not because I got to try it on, and it seemed a little bit of a struggle. But I only had the toes left to do, so I think they're going to fit her. They need to be blocked, and she said, like, they did go on. I think the next pair that I might make her 64 stitches, just to give it a little bit more give. And these were made on a 2.25 as well. So
were they? Okay.
So it's 60 stitches on a 2.25. It's quite a narrow foot.
Yeah.
So apparently I have skinny feet. I'm glad to know I've got some things that are skinny about me, so that's kind of good. And the yarn was the Irish Fairy Tales sock yarn, and I actually have
a lot
left.
Was that a 100?
100. Yeah. So I think I might actually have enough for a pair of socks, because I was being generous. I was giving my daughter really nice.
Yeah.
But I do like the yarn, so I think I might have enough to do myself a pair if I do kind of
maybe a different
legs, heels, and toes.
Mm-hmm.
Cuffs, heels and toes in different colour.
Oh yeah, you should definitely have those. Yeah.
And you know, my lips, you know when your mouth is so dry, all I want to keep doing is licking my teeth and trying to get my lips off my teeth. I'm really sorry because I keep doing it and it's a bit vulgar, sorry. So just put my hands up, it means I'm trying to move my lips off my teeth.
Yeah, we'll just all ignore it.
So that was my ta-da. So we have Rose City rollers and we have regular guy beanie. And then the next ta-da kind of leads us into the section that we didn't finish the last time. Yeah. So you might remember that I mentioned that I'd been on the Indigo workshop with Catherine Davey up in Dublin, and I'd just been lazy and I hadn't ironed a dress that I'd made. Now, even though I have ironed it, I'm not quite sure how you're going to see it because it's quite big. I suppose I could try and stand up with it. I was going to wear it, but it's really not the weather for it. So, oops, wrong way. This is the right way. So I don't know. Can you see? Yeah, so there's these belts. Oh, I could hide behind my dress and take my lips off my teeth.
Nobody would notice that at all.
So you can see it gets darker and darker as it goes down, and
That's
the belt
really
is
cool.
dark. And this was, to be fair, I don't know how you pronounce the word, but this was using a technique that basically means storm in Japanese.
Oh yeah, because it kind of looks, it does
look like a storm,
stormy,
doesn't it? And while we were with Catherine, we did lots and lots of different techniques. The first few techniques, Indigo only dyes on material where it touches, so it doesn't permeate through layers of material. So this is the first one that I did. So where you see the blue has taken on the cloth, that's the areas that were exposed. The rest of the material was clamped inside, was folded and then clamped inside. So it's only those bits that you get to see. It's only those bits that take the dye. So you can see I had it clamped through triangular pieces of wood.
Cool.
Yeah, so I had it remember rightly, I had it kind of folded concertina style, and then like this, I think.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was kind of like a messy triangle like this.
And is that technique called the shibori technique, or is that okay?
So they're all different forms of shibori because they're all resists.
Oh, okay.
As far as I'm aware.
Yeah.
If I'm wrong, I'll put something here. As far as I'm aware, shibori basically means a resist. So this is the same technique. It's still folded and clamped, and everything is a form of resist.
Yeah.
This one here is actually the same as the dress, and that technique we did by rolling. Is it that? Yeah, it is that. No, sorry. This one here is the same as the dress, I believe.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and what you do is you roll. So, and this is a lighter material, so this is the first one that we tried. So I'll just roll it up and then you can see. So starting from the light side, the lighter side is the bit that's on the inside, and then as the material goes down, so you do that, you have a piece of rope in the middle and you gather it once you've rolled it and you tie it off. So that was the technique that I thought I wanted to do for the dress. And just to make sure that I had got it right, I had another practice, which is this one, just to see what it would look like if I did it straight.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, because the other one was done on the diagonal.
Okay.
So that was the dress, and then we learned one more technique, which was lovely, but to be fair, my hands aren't the best, and I would have loved to have done it on the dress because I think it's gorgeous.
Oh, it is cute.
It is lovely, isn't it?
Yeah.
But I knew with such a big piece of material, my hands wouldn't be able to do it.
It's like a window with rain on it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is, so to achieve this, you wrap the material around a tube. We wrapped it around an old piece of pipe.
Oh, right.
And then you have to kind of bunch it up and tie it. And it's quite, it would probably be fine to do if you had a couple of people, two people doing it, one person to kind of hold it and one person to tie.
Okay.
But I knew I could do this one by myself, so I just carried on.
Oh, I can't wait to see you wearing this.
Yeah, I really wanted to put it on today, but just not great. So that's a ta-da linking in with the last of our Out and About.
Oh yeah.
From the last issue. So, and we've already done one thing for our next Out and About section, haven't we? In the next issue.
Yeah.
And we're hoping to have a couple of things booked in. It's kind of difficult to try and find some bits and pieces to do.
It is difficult.
Yeah.
And trying to fit them in around, because it's kind of 2 months isn't a very long time in between issues, so we're kind of like, okay, we need to do this and this, and then try and fit everything else in as well. But we'll get there.
We have a couple of good ideas.
Yeah. So then last week the last issue or episode we did a show and tell of our Handmade in Ireland stuff, and I had forgotten to bring up one of the items, and they were the Felted Fairies by Stephanie Tenier, who's otherwise known as Feltastic, and she's a lovely lady down in West Cork, and she makes
This is cute.
It is cute. She makes the most beautiful felted. I can't even, honestly, they're just the cutest things. These felted fairies, and they're so simple, but yet they're so effective. Like, they're so delicate, and the little wings and the little.
So they're made out of skeleton leaves.
Skeleton leaves, yeah. And then she just does their hair just so perfectly, and like she does them in all different colors. This is her card, so you can see. This is my little girl over here, and then it goes all the way through, and it comes really nicely packaged with little fairy dust. I mean, that's ridiculous. So they would just be such a cute gift, and even like on the Christmas tree, or even just like all through the year hanging up in your house, to be honest with you. And she has loads of other little things but that she's doing, and she's really getting into I've noticed recently felted pictures, like landscapes and stuff, and they're just beautiful. And these fairies are a feature, and she did a really cute animation. I don't know, did you see it?
Yeah, I did. We saw
cute.
it. Dina and I watched it down in Skibbereen.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, Stephanie, she's wonderful, and we're hoping to get to go down and do a workshop with Stephanie at some point. You can find her on Facebook, just facebook.com/Feltastic, and Feltastic is FELTASTIK. And well worth a look, because she has some really, really cute stuff.
Yeah, the animation she's done with a guy, hasn't she?
I think it's,
yeah, if I think about it, I'll put that in the notes, on the Ravelry notes, so that you can go and find it. And it's down for Court Craft Month, is it? For Craft Month?
Yeah.
And it's down at the moment, it's being exhibited or being played, I'm not sure, because it's in an exhibition down in Skibbereen. And you go in, and it's kind of like they've put a curtain over the door to keep it dark, and there's chairs. It's really cool.
Cool.
And I think there's a competition outside for you to win a fairy based on a couple of questions about the animation.
Cool.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah. I just think they're adorable. And then Glenn. So Glenn is like a manly man, like, and when he saw the fairies, he was like, "Oh, they look what I would imagine actual fairies to look like." So I just thought that was hilarious. I told Stephanie, and she was delighted, because it was not what I was expecting to come out of his mouth. So he thought they were really, really cute.
Last time I saw Glenn, he was eating a big pie. It was a huge pie, and I jokingly said, "You're not going to eat all that pie, are you?" And he went,
"Challenge accepted." Yeah.
So I suppose we've done. Oh my word, we're flying through this. So we've got our naughty little bugger coming up next.
It is definitely better when you say it. There's no two ways about it.
So I think Deirdre can show you her naughty little bugger first.
So mine is a little bit different this time around. It's not a knitting or a crochet project. It's in fact a spinning project. So I had been to Unravel, which is a cute little yarn festival in Surrey in England, and it was in February of, well, it was in February this year, but I actually forgot this February of the previous year. Oh God, it's a shame. But anyway, so it was beautiful roving from Louise of Spin City, UK, and she is just like the cutest person I've ever met in my life. She's so adorable and so passionate. And I just saw this, I think this is called Mermaid's Tale or something.
Oh, wow.
I mean, it just,
very appropriate.
And she also makes her own drop spindles. I mean, see there, it's kind of like, I mean, it's beautiful. But if you see,
does it show it a little bit better?
So it's all these dried flowers inside.
And that's a resin.
Resin, yeah. And if you saw Louise, this is what Louise looks like. I mean, not like a drop spindle, but like pretty and pink and glittery, and yeah, she's fun. She's a load of fun. So I bought this drop spindle and roving, fully intending on, I'm going to do this. I'm going to do it right now. And I got her. She gave me a tutorial there and then and showed me how to use it, and I was really excited about it. And then I came home and I put it in a bag, and then I forgot about it. And so I was looking for something else there recently, and I found it, and I was like, "Oh God, remember that?" And so I said, "No, I'm sitting down, I'm doing some spinning." And I did, and I swear I was like, I was absolutely hooked. Now, okay, this is not, I mean, it's not by any matter of means perfect or even that good, but
you hear
I'm
spinners
really
say
happy.
that when you get proficient at spinning, they always lament that they can't achieve the same kind of art yarns. Yeah, you get some spinners that specialise in art yarns, but you often hear that. Yeah.
Okay, because some of it is like super skinny, and then some of it is not super skinny. But I'm not going for super skinny. That just happens when I've kind of drafted it a bit too much and it's a bit too thin, and I haven't, I I should break it and then, you know, layer it up and start again. But actually, I think I had it down in knitting on Wednesday night, and some of the girls, some of the ladies were really keen on doing it, I think. So I think we're going to try and look at getting somebody in to help us learn a bit more about drop spindling, because it's not a skill either of us. I mean, I know you spin on the wheel, but
I don't
favour
really like drops.
Yeah.
I'm great until it gets a bit on, and then that's it.
Okay.
As soon as it gets a bit on, I just can't
Oh, really?
do it. Yeah. And I have to say, I quite like the repetition of just the spinning wheel, and it's the only time that I really ever switch off. I notice when I'm spinning is about the only time that I ever really switch off.
Interesting.
Yeah, so it's kind of a relaxing thing.
Yeah. I like, this is repetitive, but it's not that level. I mean, you kind of, the way I do it as well is the way Louise had taught me. So it's not exactly advanced drop spindling, because I've seen it done where the spindle is spinning and you're kind of going ooh, and you know, that's not what I'm doing. I'm kind of jamming it between my legs and, you know, pulling it up and letting the spin go. Yeah, just a little bit. But it works for me and I love it, and it's
it's really pretty.
I have loads more to go, but I can't wait to have it finished, and then I can make like a lovely like a drop stitch cowl, or you know, something really just because I think that would show off the yarn really well. So yeah, that's my naughty little bugger. I just can't. There's no point in me even trying to say it in your accent. It just sounds ridiculous.
I phone people creepy. And I talk to people in the UK and they're like, so where do you want us to send it? And I'm like, Ireland. And they're like, really? Yeah, I live in Ireland. So my naughty little bugger actually wasn't even in my sin bin, because it's been sitting on one of my looms. That sounds terrible, but I do mean on one of my looms. For quite a while, and I was actually upstairs ironing. The iron and ironing board is living upstairs at the moment near where I'm sewing, so that I can kind of sew my seams in between.
Oh, okay.
And I was ironing the tunic with the indigo on it, and I just happened to look over and I was like, oh, that's technically a naughty little bugger. Yeah. Actually, it's a really bad naughty little bugger as well, because it's been sitting in the same place for about 9 months. 9 months? And I just keep moving it. I'm pretty sure I keep doing it.
That's so funny. So it's out in the open and still... Oh, right.
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm really having to fight moths at the moment, so I hate to think it's got moth holes in it.
Oh my God, it's hilarious.
So it's actually... Well, it's a shawl.
It's finished, though, or...
It is. It just needs its own sewing in.
Stop.
It's even been blocked.
Oh my goodness.
So it's the colour affection. Ooh. Now there is a reason why I haven't finished it. So it's the colour affection by Vera Valimaki, I think. I'll have to check in a minute.
Oh,
so
that's cool.
The reason I haven't finished, and it smells lovely. Yeah, it does. So,
I love the colours.
Yeah. Do you know? I think it's the colours that I don't like.
Really? Oh, I love it.
To be fair, anyone that has knitted this shawl that I know have all said it is a labour of love. Right. I mean, it is a big shawl, yeah?
Yeah.
And it's 4-ply, although you don't knit it on such narrow needles. And it is, first and foremost, it's massive.
Yeah.
And I'm not entirely sure, because I'm so short with big boobs, that it's the most flattering.
Oh, I know what you mean, okay.
Yeah. And when I've blocked it, I used my blocking wires, and the edge has gone slightly baggy.
Yeah.
Now that could be because of the cast off I did. I think I did a lace cast off, and I think, hold on, if I... Yeah, see, look, you can kind of see it there.
A bit baggy, all right.
So I think ideally I would prefer to pull it down and do a sewn cast off, an Elizabeth Zimmerman sewn cast off. But that's a whole lot of stitches.
How many? I mean, there must be.
I actually can't remember. I mean, I know even just doing the lace cast off took me ages. And then it's got short rows, and I don't think I was paying attention a lot of the time to my short rows. And as I say, I'm just not sure about the colours. I mean, I love blue and I love red, but I'm just not... I don't know. So as I say, it's been living on a loom for quite a long time.
Wow.
Just draped over the loom. So I'll tell you that I haven't even woven on that loom for a while.
There's not even that many ends.
No. I probably should finish it.
Finish it and wear it a little bit and just
Maybe.
see.
And it's my yarn, so
yeah.
so
like there's so many reasons to finish.
Yeah. I think it's just that I got sick of looking at it, and so many people say that it's a beautiful design, but lots of people do. I had it on Instagram. I had a little picture close up of it, and someone said straight away it's colour affection, and I was like,
really?
it is. How did you know? And she went, been there, done that.
Oh.
so, and it's beautiful.
Yeah, it's soft.
Yeah.
It's
100% merino, I think, if I remember rightly.
Springy.
Yeah. So that really is a naughty little bugger.
It is actually. That's the naughtiest bugger we've had.
With that, moving on. I won't tell you where my head just went.
It's too early. Oh yeah, so moving on to our It'll Be Lovely When It's Finished. What did I...
Did you want? Oh, you want the other
yeah.
thing, don't you? Excuse me, we haven't prepared ourselves properly for this section. 100%. We were too busy talking. I'm passing something furtively under the table.
I've never used these before. I need to get a set. Okay, so I've finished. Well, I have a hoe. So
Let's hope that's not a naughty little bugger.
okay, so I finished sock 1 of my, God, the blue really comes out really bright, of my Rose City rollers, and with my pink toe. You might remember this is a repurposed naughty little bugger. So I had a sock that I was doing with a blue cuff, pink, and then I was going to do pink, blue heel and blue toe, and then I went, nah, I'm hating this. I'm going to rip it down. And then Laura had suggested, why not you do Rose City roller? I was like, yeah, that's a good idea. And so I went and actually did that immediately before I whipped out, and kind of just left the naughty little bugger being naughty for a lot longer. I just got straight to it, and yeah, it's actually really quick knit, isn't it, the Rose City rollers? So yeah. I have, I'm really happy with it actually, and they look really cool. And the blue, I just think the blue looks wicked. I love it, and the pink toe is really cute. And I've already started my next one, which is good for me because I was thinking if I don't start it, I'll be left with a hole and I won't finish. So I've cast on and I'm motoring, and I'm gonna make if totally finished. This is going to be my next ta-da. I know it is.
Really nice. And you can see, can you see how mild? Yeah, I think you can, can't you? It's gorgeous.
It's really, really
absolutely
cool.
Beautiful.
I did have a little hole that I wanted. Yeah, here.
Okay.
Just on one side. It was weird because the other side is fine, but just a little hole here that I just need to fix up. But yeah, and it fits perfectly. And I think I did the 64 stitch cast on.
Did you use 2.5?
And I used 2.5s. Yeah. And it's perfect. It's a perfect fit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah, really, really happy
with
that.
Nice.
Yeah.
It's really cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
There you go.
Done this. So, and then mine, It'll Be Lovely When It's Finished. I do actually have another ta-da that I showed previously on the podcast, but I haven't blocked it. So when I get around to blocking it, I showed it. I showed my. Oh my God! It was another Heidi Kiramaya top. What was it? It was the blue one. I can't
Climb Every Mountain.
Yes. So that's done.
Oh, is it done? Okay.
Yeah, I just haven't blocked it. And I tried it on and I'm really pleased with it. You know when you're knitting sometimes and you're like, oh, I'm not sure if this is going to be. Yeah. But it actually really fits well.
Oh, good.
Yeah, I really like it. But it's just the wrong weather, isn't it, really?
I know, it's a weird one.
So we featured the Vitamin D cardigan in our Ravelry Design Spotlight. I'm sure by now most of you know what we do there. We look at a design that either we really love, that we make a lot, or that we want to make and have wanted to make for a while. We've included designs like the Milo, the Paperium stroke Beyond Paperium.
Oh yeah.
What else have we had?
The Hitchhiker.
Oh yeah, the Hitchhiker.
The Sockhead Slouch Hat.
That's it, isn't it?
No, I think that's the 4, isn't it? And then this one.
Yeah. And then the Vitamin D. And the Vitamin D has been a cardigan that's been in my to-do list for quite a long time. And a couple of our good friends have made them. And one of our friends, she likes to knit in 4-ply, and it's a standing joke that I like 4-ply, but I don't like to knit in it. I knit socks till the cows come home. They're 4-ply. Because I was on a 4-ply roll with the Climb Every Mountain, I thought, oh, do you know what? I'll cast on the vitamin D.
Yeah.
So now, to be fair, it's a little bit messy to show you because you start from the top down.
Okay.
And it has these eyelet increases.
Oh,
so
yeah.
that's the back there. So it has the eyelet increases like the Climb Every Mountain.
Okay.
And it has them on the front as well, like this.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. But then once you get to the sleeves, you then separate and you do your sleeves next.
Oh, right.
So the sleeves in the design are actually full length, but I've done mine kind of 3/4.
Okay.
I find, especially in the winter, I always roll my sleeves up when I'm working.
Yeah.
So I just thought, and it stretches your cuffs when you do that an awful lot. So I've started to try and make my cardigans and my jumpers 3/4 length. So I've finished one sleeve, and I literally just put the stitches on the needle the other night to start the second sleeve.
Right.
So, and it's this is just a yarn that I had left over from the shop. It's a King Cole 4-ply merino, and I put up on our Instagram and our Facebook, was it too red? Because it's screaming red, isn't it?
Oh, but I really like it actually. I think, were you worried that it was a bit Christmassy?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't think it is. I don't think it's that kind of red.
I'm not going to wear it green.
No, red and green should never, ever be seen. Except in an Irish fool, I think. But I think you could probably say it in any English fool, whatever.
So it's going quite well. I have to say, like the sleeves are just monotonous, but when you're doing the body on the Climb Every Mountain, and I'll show you when I put it on the podcast eventually, I did mess up with one of my eyelets, my eyelet increases. I think I put it 2 rows too soon or something, and it doesn't notice, and it probably won't because I'll probably wear it over dark navy anyway.
Okay.
But you just want to make sure that your eyelets increases are in the right place.
Yeah.
Do you know? So I kind
And
of have to concentrate.
it has that lovely drape front.
Yeah.
And is
Almost
that
like
all
a water-
eyelets increase all the way down?
I believe so.
Okay.
Yeah. So it's just
Cool.
something that I just have to concentrate on a little bit more. So, and I've kind of got the sock bug again at the moment.
Yeah, you do.
Yeah. I'm kind of just cruising through socks at the moment.
Yeah.
I don't really need any more.
I think you can never have too many socks, to be fair.
Yeah. I think so. So that's it will be lovely when it's finished. So, moving swiftly on, because we're already 42 minutes.
Are we? Okay.
Yeah.
So our next one is we had to have it, which is wool, bags, magazines, whatever, everything. So I have 2. Well, I actually had 3 because actually now that I find it's in. First of all, I just want to show you. Got this beautiful.
It's gorgeous.
Oh, I just love it. It's so cute. Bag from Kate of Hawthorne Cottage Crafts, or is it Hawthorne Cottage?
Hawthorne Cottage Craft. It doesn't have an S.
Oh yeah, here we go. Hawthorne Cottage Craft. And she just makes the best bucket bags. They're so well made. They're so neat, and we all love them, don't we? I think
we've all got them
spree.
now. Yeah, we've all pretty much got one, haven't we? I think now.
And the lining is super
And
cute.
your
Oh,
DPN
yeah.
holder was the matching one, wasn't it? I think.
Yeah, because I had gotten on to Kate and said, can I get one of those DPN holders? And she didn't have any more of this left, but actually I was really glad because she suggested the lining. I was like, oh, that's perfect.
Yeah.
They're just dinky. We love those too. So yeah, that was we had to have it. And then within that, then I got on a bit of I think Laura from Alienated is just on a roll, but it's another, oh my god, it's called Pikachu, after the Pokemon, and it's just, it
is fab.
I can't even describe how beautiful it is. It's just so cool, the yellows and oranges and then the black there at the end, it's just fabulous. I absolutely love it. And it's like the other one I got, the swimming togs. I don't know what I'm doing with it, but I just had to have it, which is, I don't know, maybe something wrong with me.
Start collecting them.
Just line them up on a shelf or something. So that's, Alienated, Pikachu colourway. And then when we were up in the Constant Knitter doing a workshop recently, and that was when we got all the stuff for giveaway and visit with Rosemary. It was really great. I have something that's going to be pattern or jumper that I saw in the previous issue of Pom Pom, which is my pattern stalking bit in the next segment, so I won't talk about it just yet. But I got this Aaron from West Yorkshire Spinners, and it's really kind of neutral.
What shade is it? What's it called?
Light brown, it's just called.
Okay.
And it's just, I just fell in love with it. I just thought it was so.
Oh, it's 100% blue faceless.
Yeah,
as
yeah,
well.
exactly.
Oh,
Yeah,
okay.
it's so
Oh,
soft.
that was really reasonably priced for.
Wasn't it actually?
Yeah.
Yeah. And I think there's good yardage in it. 182 yards.
Yeah, that's.
And I just, yeah, so it's, I got a few skeins of this. That's going to turn into, I'll show you later on what this is going to be. But it's so soft and so earthy looking or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. I really, really like it.
It's
And
a really lovely,
yeah.
really lovely shade.
And I haven't really knit. I would be a bit like bright and kind of, you know, veer towards bright colours, but I wanted it to have like a more muted tones, and then you can accessorize it then with bright stuff.
Oh,
well,
yeah.
I
And
would,
it'll,
yeah.
because it's so neutral, it will go with pretty much everything.
Yeah,
won't
that's
it?
true
So,
actually. Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't wait to knit with this.
Yeah.
I just need to. I'm on a strict regime now, so I'm like, do not cast on until you're finished something else. Honestly, it's I have to do that. It's just gotten out of control. So that is the next thing going on my needles. Can't wait.
So we had to have it. I was kind of thinking about this because I did buy yarn. I was on holiday recently, and I did buy yarn, but it's really strange because I have several magazine subscriptions. A few of them have been bought for me. Actually, most of them have been bought for me. And while we were away, I saw that Deirdre had posted that her issue of Pom Pom had come, and mine had come while I was away on holiday, and I kind of forgot because by the time I got back from holiday, we were fully fledged into let's do magazine work.
Yeah.
So I realised that I hadn't even opened my latest issue of Pom Pom. Now mine looked at it, which I thought was a really good way then to show you what it's like, because I'll put it over here, can you see? So when you've got a subscription of Pom Pom, it comes wrapped up in tissue paper when it's delivered, and they put a lovely little sticker with your name on it, so it's kind of cute.
It is nice.
You kind of think, yeah, it's for me. So I haven't opened mine, and I'm going to noisily open it because I'm pretty sure that something I want to show you is in it, but I can't show you it. It is the right issue. It's fine. So I could be looking at that in a minute. So that's.
Oh, yeah.
This is their natural
Dyeing.
natural
Yeah,
dyeing
it is
issue
actually.
as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, as I said, I mean, I love this jumper
That's
on the
really
cover.
cool.
And I, you know, to be fair, I have seen a lot of the designs on social media and on,
Oh, okay.
you know, so I kind of know what's in there. But there's nothing like sitting down and reading it.
Yeah.
And I always think it smells really nice.
It smells really good.
Yeah.
I just like the shape of it and
And
the design and the texture.
Yeah. So yeah, this is my second year with a subscription.
Okay.
Yeah, and it's because I just used to pick it up when I went back to the UK, so I just thought it was easier to get to. I always bought it. It was silly. So that's my first. We had to have it. Seems a little bit like cheating because it comes in the post anyway. But then this.
Oh, yeah.
Isn't this beautiful?
Yeah, I love this.
So, as you just heard us mention, I was in Skibbereen last week with Dina. Dina and I just went down for the day. We hadn't seen each other for a little while, so just to kind of spend the day together. And I met Eve of Eve and Apple Designs down on Skibbereen Market. Market's lovely, lots of totty to look at. Just look. And Eve specialises in hand dyed cotton. That's her thing. She crochets, so she couldn't find hand dyed cotton, so she dyes it, and that's her thing. But recently, and she's been spinning for a while, but recently she got a wheel, and this is one of her first hanks that she has spun on the wheel. And I felt really guilty because I said to her, I would really like to buy that, and she's like, oh, I don't know if it's for sale.
Oh.
And I was like, it's fine, I don't have to have it then. And she was like, no, because it's going to a good home. And isn't it beautiful? Dina kind of went over towards it and had a look at it, and then I was like, no, I have loads and loads and loads of fibre, and I'm sure I probably have something similar. But I always think there's nothing like someone who makes to appreciate something that has been made, and I just love it. And I promised Eve I would send her pictures of it. So Eve, I'm sending you a podcast video of it to tell you that it's still loved. and I'm not quite sure what it's going to be. I don't know how many meters are in it, so when I do eventually cake it up, I think I will probably have to take a note of how many meters are in it and then decide what to make. I kind of think it might be nice in some kind of cuffs or something.
Oh, interesting.
You know.
Does she is that hand painted or?
No, I think she probably bought the fibre in. Possibly, I may be wrong. If I get a chance, I'll check.
Okay, yeah.
I don't know if Eve will be on the market today because of the weather. But she's there on Saturdays, and it's lovely. She's got loads of colourful colourful yarn. There's cotton, there's sock yarn, and a little bit of the hand spun now coming in. And
Cool.
she crochets these really cool hats with like a long, like a wee willy winky hat.
Oh yeah.
But yeah, so that's my. We had to have it.
Yeah.
So
Oh, that's really cool.
yeah, cool. So next up is pattern stalking. Oh
yeah.
my god, this is going to be an hour long.
Oh my
sorry.
goodness. They're both from Pom Pom actually.
They are. So you do yours while I try and
So
find mine.
so the aforementioned West Yorkshire Spinners yarn is going to go into. It's the cover pattern actually of the previous issue of Pom Pom. It's the Nori by Carol Feller. I'm gonna open it up here because there's a few different. There's another angle, but it's like a really. Yeah, there's a good angle there. Really good shot. It's a nice drapey, summery jumper that you throw on, but there's a nice. I don't know if you can see that, but there's a nice little interest detail there in the bottom right-hand corner of it. Might be a.
You can see the detail better on the front cover.
Can you? Yeah, well that's true actually. Yeah, there we go. So it's a really simple, has a nice neckline. And the minute I saw Pom Pom and I saw this on the cover, I was like, I've got to make this. And it's worsted weight or RN weight, so I thought, okay, perfect. And I didn't, because it's a jumper. I didn't want it to be too bright, so that's why I think this is going to look super.
Yeah.
It's going to look perfect.
Yeah.
I realise I'm probably a bit like this is a summery jumper and I'm probably a bit late making it, but I think if you wear it with a long sleeve tee underneath, you can still kind of get away with it.
Well, I think
winter.
as well, it's done in a linen, isn't it?
Actually,
But
that's
it's
true.
done on a slightly larger needle, isn't it? I think.
Yes, to get the drape.
Yeah, so I think it should still look quite nice, and the wood is going to be springy. It's going to be quite a different look.
Yes.
To the one that's on the front cover, but I think it will be really nice.
Oh, I do.
I think it'll be lovely.
I'm really looking forward to making
it
that.
will really suit you.
And it looks quite simple, and it's just the one of those jumpers that you can just throw over like a pair of skinny jeans and stuff. So so that's my pattern stalking.
Cool.
Yeah.
I've no idea how to pronounce this. Do you have any idea how to pronounce this?
Rockane?
Rockane?
Let's go with Rockane.
Rockane. We're really sorry if we're wrong. So this pattern's called Rockane, and I'd actually seen it. I have got a real thing about ganzes at the moment.
Okay.
I'm not quite. It's been kind of niggling away at me for a little bit. Proper kind of traditional fisherman's ganzes for quite a long time, and I think I probably will end up making myself a ganze, or I might make it for Do likes ganzes. My eldest son likes ganzes, and I have the Ganzi book. I can't think who writes it, who wrote it. If I think of it, I'll show you it for the next podcast episode. And it's a gorgeous book. But Ganzis are traditionally made in 2-ply, I want to say.
Oh, good lord.
Yeah, because obviously they had to keep the fishermen dry.
Yeah.
And warm. So yeah, I'm not sure. You don't necessarily have to make them that. I think 4-ply is what most people use now. But it's something about all the stitches and everything. I really like them. Yeah, really, and because they're made in such fine yarn, they don't really add bulk. I don't need any extra bulk up here. I really don't. So this is the
Rockane.
And it's by Christina Dani, and it is just beautiful. It's blaring out a little bit. There you go, blaring out a little bit. So it's the only thing that I don't think would work for me is that it's kind of cropped, so I think I'd probably end up having to make it longer if I did make this one. But you can see all the different
the detail.
Ganzi stitches, traditional stitches. Aren't they beautiful? And I think it's probably helped by the colour, because the colour does make it more contemporary. Having said that, I probably would end up doing it in a blue. I quite like the traditional navy that they use for Ganzis. And I really like that.
It's really nice.
Yeah, it's kind of that traditional look with a real contemporary twist, isn't it?
Yeah,
I do
it's
like
very
that.
nice.
So that's my pattern stalking. So So, which kind of, I suppose, really at 54 minutes, might not be 54 minutes by the time you see it, depends if we cut anything out. We should probably talk about our giveaway, because we did promise that we would do our giveaway that was sponsored kindly by the Constant Knitter.
Yeah.
Last time.
We'll just remind you what you were entering for. So it was an issue 8 of Amarisu. Sorry, issue 7. Issue 8 was the answer. Yes, that's it. So issue 7 of Amarisu and a trio of Loki bags. And we've already showed you these, but they're so cool. I love this one. It's naughty. It's cool. So yeah, we had a good bit of interest, and we're just going to do live.
I think did we just work out a little while ago that we had 19.
19.
You had to go over and tell us the answer to the question. So the answer to the question was, what issue of Amarisu had I bought at the Constant Knitter? And as Deirdre just said, it was issue 8, and it was the 4.
Yeah.
Should know the answer to the question really. So, and you had to be a member of our Ravelry group, and you had to have subscribed to our YouTube channel as well. So, and we were really pleased. We got 19 answers. 19 people entered and all got the correct answer, because I went on and I liked it if your answer was right. And you all got the right answer. So I'm just gonna do a random number generator now. Oh wow! And it's number 5. Can you see? Oh, I don't. Come to me. Can you see? I'll make it bigger. That would help, wouldn't it? There we go. Can you see? Can you see? You can't see that. Kind of see it. Oh my god, the light is so bad.
Oh god, my internet is just gone, so I can't see who
Okay,
number 9 is.
I will tell you.
My god.
I will tell you who number 5 is, so she can chat while I find it.
It's telling me I'm offline, which I'm not. Crazy.
It's my internet. My house is like, it's like dead zone. I'll find it. You can chat. You can keep chatting.
Yeah. Okay. So yeah, we were surprised actually when Rosemary had given us the 3 Loki bags, how actually reasonable they are. Like for the 3 of them, it's only $14.99. So actually, they're a really good deal.
Yeah.
And I think Rosemary has a few different styles. I think this is the funnest style, but they're just really dinky, really handy. Notions bag, and then go right up to the top. And Amarisu, I haven't had a chance to look through this actually yet, but I think it's probably going to be, really kind of sleek and streamlined,
really
nice
patterns. Number 5, we're nearly there.
Nice.
Oh, it's Rosnit.
Ah, cool.
It's Lindy. Oh wow, Lindy.
Oh, well done. Congratulations.
Yeah, so we'll get in touch and we'll send your prizes to you.
Yay.
Very cool.
Well done.
I keep bumping into Lindsay. No matter where we go, I keep bumping into her. She lives at the complete opposite end of the country. I met her at the Atlantic Nixcape, and then we met her down at Sheep's Head.
Yes, actually, yeah, I remember. Oh, cool.
Yeah, which is lovely. So that's great. So they'll be on their way to you, Lindy, or Rosnit on Ravelry, and I'll send you an email. I think that's everything.
That's it. I can't believe we nearly spoke for an hour. Okay.
And when we spoke about this initially, she said, "Oh, we'll have trouble filling 30 minutes."
Oh man. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe we do talk too much. Probably. Anyway, I think that is it, isn't it?
Yeah. So we will see you
a couple of weeks.
Yeah, a couple of weeks, 2 or 3 weeks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Lovely to see you.
Bye.